Hello, welcome along to Saturday Social with myself, Adam Smith, this man here, Joe Tomlinson. Joe, derby weekend today. Some big games of football, isn't there?
I'm feeling worryingly confident today, which is never a good sign.
About the United game, aren't you?
I am. I don't know why. We're going to talk a lot about the North London derby in today's show, so I won't be asking you about that. But I do want to hear from you guys at home. Your predictions, maybe, at Sky Sports PL. Use the hashtag Saturday Social because we've got a busy show. You also chatted to Alexander Mitrovic.
Yeah, he's got good form, you know.
That'll be coming later on in the show.
By the way,
yeah, they're unbelievable at the moment, aren't they?
Absolutely flying. Do you know what? When I went, there's a real buzz around the club as well.
Not surprised.
Yeah, and they beat Chelsea the next day as well. So, yeah, we'll be showing you that in a bit. But let's meet the guests first. First up, big Arsenal fan. We thought, who can we get on the show
get him
for
in.
North London derby weekend? It is our good friend Robbie Love, founder of AFTV. Robbie, you got a big smile on your face. Pains me to say it, but you must be pretty happy the way things are going at the minute. Arsenal looking good.
Yeah, no, we're playing some great football. We're top of the league at the moment, and we're in for a shout this year to try and win the league. So I'm absolutely buzzing.
Do you think you will win the league this year?
Listen, it's still a long way to go, but we've got as good a chance as anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, we've been playing well all season. You know, from I was lucky enough to go and watch Arsenal pre-season over in America, and even then, I was like, the way they were fitter, they were stronger, they were hungry. I was like, we're going to have a good season. I didn't think we'd do as well as we are now, but I looked at it and said, we look prepared for the season, and they've been excellent this year.
How's it going to go tomorrow? What are you thinking?
I'm going for a win, right?
A win.
But, I'm not over confident because it is one of those derbies where that sort of cliche that, you know, form goes out the window. I think that is true of this derby, you know, because we've been there before and we've been right at the top and they still turned us over. So, and we haven't won there for ages. But
no, it's a long time, isn't it?
I'm confident.
Should we see if our other guest agrees?
Yeah,
with that?
shall we? Presenter, producer, fighting cock is Flav, big Spurs fan. Not as confident, Flav?
I'm confident that we'll cause them problems. I'm actually surprised that Robbie's actually said that they're not favourites to win the league. We're in with a chance. 5 points clear. 5 points clear, flying, absolutely flying. All I'm hearing from Arsenal fans is, well, maybe not this season, maybe next season.
We move in silence, man.
Absolutely
Move in silence.
It's nonsense. No team, can I just get this on record? No team has ever not won the league having amassed 44 points after 17 games. Never happened. If Arsenal do this, it would be one of the biggest bottle jobs in the history of Premier League.
All right, but what if we do it? Where are you going to go this summer?
Look, if you where
are you going to hide?
There's nothing an Arsenal fan can ever say to upset me. I mean, I've been through the worst, right?
This will be the worst.
I grew up in Holloway. I am Teflon to Arsenal. There's nothing you can say to wind me up, all right? If you win it, then you win it. You're the best team in the league. It's fine, I'll admit it.
I think we're going to have to say this. I think we're going to have to say
it won't just end like that.
If you don't, it'll be the funniest thing I've ever seen.
We're going to have to say this because lots of chat
one
coming
of the
up about
biggest
it.
bottle jobs in Premier League history, Flav says. We're not even into 3 minutes into the show yet, so we're going to don't worry, we're going to get plenty more of North London derby. I'll say chat, it's going to be debate, isn't it?
Yes.
Heated debate throughout the show. But the Premier League's weekend action did kick off last night. Aston Villa against Leeds, wasn't it? At Villa Park. Good game this. Here's what happened.
Tight game. Leeds missed some big chances, didn't they? Like the look of that Gnonto as well. But it's a very, very close bottom half of the table now after that result, isn't it? I mean, just look at this. 5 points separating bottom and 13th. 2 points separating 13th and 18th. Leeds still in there, of course, under Jesse March. Very, very close at the bottom of the table.
So that's the bottom of the table. We're going to turn our attention to the top of the table now because it is North London derby weekend.
Here we go.
As we touched upon at the start of the show, our guests are eager for this section. It is our true or false section, a very popular item we do on the show. But we're going to be North London derby themed. So we're going to read out a list of statements and they're going to basically have a big debate. Do you want to explain how it works? For those people who've never seen this, it's quite straightforward, isn't it?
It's quite straightforward. I'm not going to lie. It's not a hard explainer. We're going to read out a statement. The guests are then going to hold up a true or a false paddle and then debate and explain why they have made those selections. Okay, should we just get going?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, the first true or false. Please pick up your paddles, gentlemen. Mikel Arteta is a better manager than Antonio Conte. True or false?
Exactly what we expected.
Just what we were hoping for. Sensational start. Why is Mikel Arteta a better manager than Antonio Conte?
Conte, when he's at Chelsea, great. Inter Milan, great. At Tottenham, some of the deadest football you've ever seen in your life. I'm always blaming everybody, you know what I mean? It's Enix's fault, it's Levy's fault, you know. Look at what Mikel Arteta's done. Look at the job he's doing at the moment. Look at the football we're playing. Conte at the moment, under Tottenham, dead.
Well, at the moment, that's convenient, right? Because just before that, he's done something, even in this country, more that Arteta hasn't done. In that
You're asking about now.
Yeah, no,
now.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you're not an Inter Milan supporter, and you don't support Chelsea. I don't.
So you're basing this on
17
games of Arsenal's season thus far. Last season, when it was a shoot-off between the two of us, Conte done Arteta.
I think that was more, us falling apart a bit that made Conte look good. He weren't great last season either. He weren't great last season either. I'm sorry.
He was. You don't think Conte was great? Obviously, he took over Spurs. I think they're 9th in the league, got them Champions League football. You don't think that was a very good achievement?
I think that was more. I think that was a bit more us falling apart than than he done a great job.
We've known each other a good 8 or 9 years now, right? Every single time we've been in this situation debate, all you've said about our manager, what's he won? What's he won? Conte's won practically.
What's he won for you?
Well, no, but he's only been here every
won
year.
for you?
Robbie, I'm using.
You don't support Chelsea. What's he won for you?
I don't support Inter Milan, but you've got to respect what he did there.
Yeah, no, I do respect what he did.
But when he took over Spurs,
we're in a transition. What's he done for you?
We're in a transition at the moment. It took
transition.
Arteta finished 8th and 5th before
transition.
This season. 8th and 5th before this season, Robbie.
Transition.
You can't. There's no one on this planet outside of Arsenal Football Club who picks Arteta over Conte based on what they've achieved thus far in football.
No, but
you turn your panel around.
Then that's not a very fair way to look at it, because obviously he's been in football a lot longer than Arteta. Right,
half your fans wanted him out.
Hold on.
Half your I'd say 80% of your fans.
Half your fans want him out now as well.
Look,
they want him gone.
We're happy to be proved wrong.
He's so great. He hasn't even signed a new contract.
Yeah.
He don't even want to stay at your club.
But that's not
because you know why he's thinking that? Because he's like, I can go elsewhere and win something.
No, it's not nothing to do with that.
Well, why don't you sign a new deal then?
But he's just waiting, isn't he? Seeing what
waiting
happens.
for what?
He's putting Daniel Levy.
What's he waiting for?
He's putting Daniel Levy under pressure in order to bring in the class players we need.
What is he waiting
to achieve.
He's waiting for Dele Alli to come back or something.
We haven't been able to spend the insane amount of money that Arsenal have spent on their squad.
Tottenham fans were saying you've had the best window. We won the transfer window in the summer.
I don't remember.
You signed Richarlison. You signed Basuma. You're making jokes about how great a signings you'd made. What do you mean? You're carrying on like you ain't spent no money.
I'm not. Well, no, not in comparison to you. Since 2016, you spent about £250 million more than Spurs have.
Well, who? You bought. Look at the players that you bought in the summer.
How is this developed for Antonio Conte
got nothing to do with
the financial heavyweight? I reckon do the next station.
He's turned into an accountant.
I don't think they're going to agree on this one. The next one, let's go. Don't forget, there's a series of true or false statements. We've got more than one to debate. Yeah. So the next one, let's move swiftly on, is true or false. Spurs' front line is better than Arsenal's. Let's see your paddle. What you're going with?
I mean, it's about form. He's saying anything about form.
Go on, Flav.
It's about form, right? You're on a good. You've had a good 17 games in terms of class. Kulusevski, Son, and Kane as a combined 3 is a better forward line than Martinelli.
Well, I disagree.
Well,
I disagree. If you look at that front 3 this season, Saka, Jesus, Martinelli, it's been electric. It's been the best front 3 in the league.
Form-wise, they are playing better.
Why are we arguing?
Because
they are the Saka. Look at him at the World Cup.
In terms of class,
look at Saka at the World Cup. Look at Saka. Harry Kane was at the World Cup as well. Look at Saka at the World Cup. How good he was.
Yeah,
I think that's a fair point. It depends if you're looking at form or you're saying permanently, because obviously
what have they achieved
you say
thus far?
There's not an argument if it's you're saying it's not an argument if
Hold on, wait a minute. What have they
form,
achieved?
You're saying if it's over time, you'd have
played very well for a long time.
Sorry, Swiffy, right? What have they achieved?
What I meant to say was they play consistently well over a long time.
I don't think you're going to agree on this one either. Interestingly, total Premier League goals this season, Arsenal's front 3, 18, Tottenham's front 3, 20.
There you go. Stats.
Yeah, but Harry Kane scored nearly all of it.
It's 15 of them. He's got a lot of them, 15.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Son, you guys will admit.
You say Kane was the most elite
I rate Son,
but
he's having a poor season.
Son's having a horrendous
He's had a poor season. I guess Kulusevski's had a lot of injuries this year.
Let's go to the next one, because it does involve Harry Kane, so it's good timing. True or false, Harry Kane should stay at Tottenham next season?
Where's he going to go?
False. Is that because you don't want him to score in another North London derby?
No, you know what, right? For the sake of his career, he needs to move on. And this is, listen, when we played him in the North London derby, I fear Harry Kane. He's a top player. He scores goals, but he's not going to win nothing at Tottenham. That's what I feel. I reckon he'll end up at United. I reckon he'll end up at Man United next season. Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because remember, he wanted to leave before, didn't he? He wants to win something, man. You don't want to. What's he going to finish his career and say, you know, I beat Jimmy Greaves' record, but you know, but he wants trophies.
Look, I appreciate that he might come towards the end of his contract at Spurs and think, where's the most likely place I can pick up trophies? But I don't think that's Manchester United. I think if there are,
but he's got a better chance of winning trophies there than at Tottenham.
Not really. Why would you say that?
At the moment, they're still in 4 cup competitions. How many, you know?
We're in 3, but it's. I don't think there's a huge difference. And the same with Spurs and Arsenal. Like, all jokes aside, there will be seasons where you're in form and we're in form and we'll finish above United. The big 6 in inverted commas are so comparable at the moment.
I think your years are coming to an end in that, man. Your years in that argument are starting to come to an end. You've had a good run.
Arsenal finished above us. If you finish above us, and
above us, what was he going to say? In the last 5-6 years,
6 years,
and you ain't done nothing with it.
Yeah,
you ain't done nothing with it.
You just said we'll be out of the top 6, and you haven't finished above us in 6 years. What does that make any sense?
No, I'm saying you're comparing Tottenham to Man United.
I'm saying.
I mean, listen, I'm not a Man United lover here, but sorry, you're nowhere near them.
I'm not. In spending power, we're
2
not.
points. There's 2 points in the league.
There isn't a huge difference between.
No, but you're nowhere near them as a club. Harry Kane, he wants to win something.
There's no guarantee he's going to win anything at United.
Give the poor guy a break, man. You know what I mean? He can't just say.
If you're saying to me, Man City,
surely even you as a humanitarian, you want the guy to finish his career with something.
I think that being a one-club man to someone like Harry Kane, that's important. You know, he's about to...
You hope.
Hope, I do hope. Yeah.
OK, we're going to move it on. If I had a paddle, I would say true as well. I want him to stay, obviously. Next one, just lost the point of my iPad, just fell on the floor, but I think it's about Thomas Partey, isn't it? So there it is. True or false, Thomas Partey is the best defensive midfielder in the Premier League. Now, this was spurred by a lot of chat on social media, isn't it? Obviously, a lot of DMs in form. I know that you're a massive fan of Casemiro, Joe.
Unbelievable.
But where are you saying for this one, Robbie? True or false? Oh, Flav's going true.
Yeah.
OK. Go on, let's go to Flav as a Spurs fan
More than Casemiro and Rodri.
I think it's close, but I'm just thinking in terms of, I think both, maybe United, Casemiro is similar, but I think what Partey's done for Arsenal, when he's been consistently fit, they're a different team, and without him, they'll find it difficult to win the league. And for someone that is as intrinsic as he is to Arsenal, and if they do go on to win the league, it would prove that he is the best defensive central midfielder.
Honesty from Flav there.
Well, look, I mean, I watch football. I understand it. It's not. I'm not going to
ask, man. He says something with sense.
Well, Casemiro is the other option. But
Casemiro, I think this season is between him and Casemiro. I think Rodri slightly dipped, even though he's an amazing player, Rodri.
He has the infrastructure of City around him.
Yeah, but I think Casemiro is very close, if I'm being really honest. It's really close. But I'm just going by, I see this guy every week, man, and he's so, what Flav says is true. I really get scared anytime he has any sort of knock because we just don't have anybody to replace him because the way he breaks lines, the way he's comfortable on the ball, you know what I mean? He can't be bullied, you know what I mean? He's press resistant. He's a fantastic player, he really is.
Yeah.
First agreement.
He's been key to us.
A rare agreement, so let's try and get back to the disagreeing. True or false?
Typing as we speak.
Arsenal will win a trophy this season.
I mean, look. I think
you don't even believe that.
Well, look, I'm not going to come on here as a Spurs fan and say, yeah, I can see Arsenal win the league, but they're in an amazing position. And like I said at the top of the show, if you don't win the league from this position, you may never win it.
Just repeat what you said at the top of the show.
Well, it'll be one of the biggest bottle jobs. Well, statistically, let's go look at the statistics.
It won't be one of the biggest bottle jobs.
Since the Premier Lea's begun, listen to me. Listen, Robbie. Right?
Listen to me.
Listen, because I need you to hear this, and all Arsenal fans to hear this. After 17 games, no team has ever amassed 44 points and not won the league in the Premier League era. If you do it, you'll be the first team to ever in the history of the Premier League from this position to not do it.
So now, you think if they don't win it,
they're the biggest bottle jobs in the Premier League.
No, remember, Liverpool were like 10 points ahead of
No, I'm not saying the lead.
City and got chased down.
City had a 15-point gap.
Let Robbie respond to that. What Flav's saying it'll be one of the biggest bottle jobs in Premier League history if you don't win the league. So we've got to give you the right to reply. What are your thoughts on
All
on
I'd
that
say
statement?
to him is, how dare you use the word bottle job as a Tottenham fan? I mean, how dare you?
I'm not even...
that's not a word that should come out of your mouth.
Robbie,
listen.
Bottle
job.
this isn't
don't use that word. Say something else,
Robbie,
man.
it's
No,
not-
you can't use that.
Okay, I'll take
Right.
a step back and just say that this isn't my opinion. I'm just giving you
I'm
a fact that
I'm saying this, that he's hoping, right, and praying that we don't win it, right? Because
course.
of all the years, right? You got to admit, I had got to admit as an Arsenal fan, that over the last 5-6 years, Tottenham have been ahead of us. You know what I mean? They've been ahead of us literally every season. You know what I mean? They've been in the Champions League. But if now we were to come, after all their years of dominance, when they had their teams with Dele Alli and, you know, under Pochettino and all these great sides, and they didn't win anything, and now we come and win the title, that's what's eating him up. That's what's burning him. He wouldn't be able to, him and a lot of other Tottenham fans out there will be, I mean, travel agencies will be doing grand business this summer. They'll all be on holiday. They'll be on long holidays.
I booked a couple of holidays. Actually.
Did you use a travel agent?
So it's fair. He's speaking through fair. But we've got a great chance of winning a trophy this season. You can't guarantee it.
There's absolutely nothing Arsenal could ever say or do to make you fear them. Fear is the wrong word. That's too much.
You do fear us winning the league.
Fear? It would be annoying.
There's Tottenham fans saying that if they lose on Sunday, they would rather lose against Man City.
You're not proper Spurs if you don't want to lose to Man City. Are you? Like if Arsenal,
They want the team to lose
if we beat Arsenal
this early in the season.
it doesn't matter. You do it. Look, it's just we're talking about 3 points.
So you'd
and
actually
stop
like to lose to City?
If we beat Arsenal and we've got to go to the Etihad and we lose it, it's not the end of the world because it damages Arsenal. If we lose,
But it would affect the next
he's saying if we lose, he's saying if they lose to us on Sunday, he wants to lose against Man City next
because
week.
that you're essentially we're helping Arsenal win the league, which I can never reconcile.
Let's go to
We've
the
got
next
to move
one.
on. We've got another one to go.
It would be
The
relevant
next
to
one-
that.
The next one is relevant to that. True or false? It talks about Tottenham. Tottenham will finish in the top 4 this season. Currently 5th, 2 points behind Man United in 4th, but Man United do have a game in hand. Tight. The battle for 4th is tight, actually. What do you think, Robbie? Ooh. He's sitting on the fence. Never
Come on,
thought
Rob,
Robbie
get off
Lowe
the
would sit on the
fence.
fence.
Yes, there we go.
False.
I
Okay,
like
you
to
thought
see
about it, so you do think it's a real possibility then?
Yeah, I think Liverpool could. I think Man United are going to get in there. I think Newcastle and Liverpool have got a chance of getting in there as well. It's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
They don't lose a lot of games, Tottenham, under Conte, but I don't know. They might struggle to get in the top 4.
I'm on the fence also, but I'll say true just to obviously back Spurs. But it's so much down to being able to keep key players fit.
Yeah.
And it's the same for everybody. Everybody has
Especially
injuries.
Kane, isn't it?
Kane fit, but also more importantly, Bentancur in midfield.
Yeah, I agree with that. Actually, I think it's
And
gone
Kulusevski.
massively under the radar how important Bentancur is. It's
Hugely.
only if you watch every game, the difference of Spurs over 90 minutes with him and without him in the team. You'd agree with that?
Night and day, absolutely. And he's probably the most underrated midfielder in the Premier League at the moment. Or he certainly should be getting more props. Robbie, you once said that Mustafi was one of the best centre-backs in the Premier League.
When did I say that?
I've got it on record. I'll show you the video after. So don't
Show me that video. When did I say that?
Don't you worry
Well,
about
funny
it.
say, we have got that video, though.
Let's go.
I said that.
Yeah.
Guys,
Let's go to the last
Robbie
one.
wants us to move on.
Let's go to the last one because I think this could split opinion big time. True or false? The atmosphere at the Emirates is better than the atmosphere at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Look, it's
Disagreed?
Robbie.
True. The atmosphere at the Emirates this season has been unbelievable. It's been brilliant.
winning every game.
It's been one of the reasons why, the team's played so well. Mikel Arteta spoke from day one when he came in about bringing back that connection between the fans and the players and the club, and he really has done that. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, the atmosphere in years gone by has not been good at the Emirates, right? But the atmosphere this season has been amazing. And I've seen some of the Tottenham games on TV, and it's been a bit quiet there, man. It won't be, obviously, North London derby, it won't be. But I've seen other, like that Villa game the other day.
Arsenal are flying, and there's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't be losing their minds at the moment. I get it, but it's still Arsenal.
I mean, I must admit that I went there and there was a great atmosphere, but it's an American football game.
What are your thoughts on what Gary Neville said last season after the North London derby when he said Arsenal were brutalised by the Tottenham fan base when Spurs won 3-0 because the atmosphere was so good that game?
No, the atmosphere was good that day, and you know, what I mean, we did. You got to say, right? I'm not scared to admit it, that we didn't handle the pressure. Rob Holding got sent off. We fell apart. And yeah, their atmosphere was amazing that day. It always is. When it's a North London derby, it's always electric in there.
It's always a great atmosphere at both stadiums, to be fair.
Yeah, but it shouldn't just be that, should it? I mean, it's not been...
it's weird. It's like Arsenal kind of remind me about where Spurs was when we had Pochettino, and we're kind of where they are when, you know, they were in that transition of moving away from Wenger.
Was you top?
No, he wasn't top.
I don't think they're going to agree on any of these. So there we go. Thoroughly entertaining though, that wasn't it? I think we're going to take us to a break now to let us cool down in the studio a bit. But it is time for a little Twitter poll for you to get involved in during the break, and it is related to the North London derby. Very simply, who is going to win? Flav and Robbie got their phones out the ready, about to vote. At Sky Sports PR, use the hashtag Saturday Social. We'll reveal how you voted after this very short break. See you in a bit. Welcome back to Saturday Social, joining myself and Joe on the show this week. Still very heated in the studio, Joe, after part one. We have got representing Arsenal, the founder of AFTV, Robbie Lyle. Representing Tottenham, we've got Flav Bateman from the Fighting Cock podcast. Right, we asked the viewers at home to get involved in our live Twitter poll. The question was simple: who's going to win the North London derby? Surprise, surprise, there's a lot of busy Arsenal fans on social media because you've been texting all of them in the ad break.
Every time we win a poll or something, everybody just thinks...
You always win a poll.
We've hijacked it or
You're
something.
obsessed.
It's actually 62% though, and nearly 15,000 votes we had on that. So 62% think Arsenal are going to win, 24% Tottenham. Only 14% the draw, by the way, which was quite surprising.
You know, I'm actually surprised that, you know, because Tottenham have, you know, when you look at our records,
yeah.
their
At Spurs.
stadium is pretty poor.
Yeah, Spurs have got a good record there. It should be a cracking game, though, live on Sky tomorrow. But we're going to move on, Joe, because the Saturday Social whiteboard is out in all its glory, because we're in the middle of a transfer window. And there's been a lot of rumours bubbling, and, of course, some big transfers. So we thought we'd get our guests to get off the fence and give us their thoughts on how some of the transfers will do. Do you want to explain how this is going to work, mate?
Absolutely. We've got a little tier list for our guests today. As we can see, we've got Robbie's photo at the top, we've got Flav's photo, we've got 4 tiers.
Can I just say, Flav's photo, it looks like he's auditioning to Big Brother or something. Look at him. Just come out of the diary room.
I was in season 4.
He's in season 4, there we go.
We've also got
sense.
4...
There it is, close up.
We've also got 4 tiers. We've got elite, good, poor, flop. I'm going to read out a transfer that is either rumoured to be happening or maybe it has already happened. You guys are then going to place that transfer into a category of where you think they will perform this season. Will they be elite or will they be a flop? Maybe good or poor as well. It should be very simple. I think we've got a few to get through, haven't we? So we will crack straight on with the first transfer, which is João Felix. Where are you going to put João Felix?
Wow, complete agreement.
Total agreement, early doors. Why?
I think, listen, he looked, when he came on the other night, he looked very, very good. But the fact that he got himself sent off, it's ruined him getting in that elite category already, you know, for me. But he is a quality player. I'm not sure if he's a prolific goal scorer now, and they kind of need goals, but I think he will bring a lot of quality.
Are you disappointed you didn't sign him? Because you're heavily linked.
I would have liked to have signed him for Arsenal, but I think when you see the money that they wanted, I think for a loan fee for the season, it's ridiculous.
And he's missing games now, of course, because of the red card.
Also, and it's not like Madrid, he doesn't quite fit in currently at Madrid, but that's not a slight on how good a footballer he is. But 9 million for 21 games is insane money for a loan fee, insane. So
after that foul,
3 of them.
So it is a lot of money with the loan fee when you consider the fact he's missing 3.
After that sending off the other night, he might have fitted in with Simeone after all.
A lot of talks about that relationship.
I know, but he was brilliant in that little cameo in the 10 minutes, I have to say. The 60 minutes prior to that red card.
It's just know where he goes. Obviously, it's only a loan where he goes, because obviously there's a lot been said about his relationship with Simeone and, as you said, how he fits in. So it'll be interesting to see what happens after the loan to Chelsea. Next player, Wout Weghorst to Man United. So latest is he has completed a loan deal from Burnley to Manchester United for £2 million after the loan to Besiktas was terminated. So we're going to be seeing him in a Man United shirt. But where do you think he will rank as a signing? Good, OK.
Wow.
Robbie, a bit unsure.
Be honest. Come on, Robbie. Get him up.
Total agreement so far.
I'm a little unsure, though, man. I mean...
Why?
Legos at Man United.
You just put him in good.
Put him in Paul there.
I think, you know, if he'll get a bit of service, maybe, you know, he's sort of like when Igalo came in, and he did all right at first.
Yeah.
I guess for just a loan from now to the end of the season, it's not bad. But if that was a long-term thing, I'd be thinking United getting players from Burnley.
They created quite a lot of chances, though, United. And they've got injury problems, don't have a number 9. It's quite
Not very
cheap
pretty. He
deal.
didn't do nothing at Burnley, though, did he? He was pretty poor.
He was all right. He was
9 in 18 for Besiktas, only 2 goals in 20 for Burnley last season.
Yeah,
but Burnley was
shocking.
struggling, and he's a better player than no disrespect, than playing in the Championship for Burnley.
But I remember him at
which is why he
Burnley.
went on
I remember him at Burnley missing some easy chances, right? I mean, I know we all saw him score that goal at the World Cup. He came on. I was at that game. He made a great impact.
Great game.
But
Robbie, you've hammered this transfer and you put it in good.
I think because it's United, like you said, he'll get service.
He's better than
he
people
could chip in with like a 5-6 goals. So
He's been
fine for a
linked with
moment.
so many big clubs before he ended up, you know, and that move to Burnley was about circumstance. I think
linked with so
signing.
many big clubs and none of them took him is always a sign.
He'll get 10 goals for United.
10
10
Can I
goals in
just
all
say-
comps, 10 goals.
between now and the end of the
10, wow.
season.
Yeah, I
No
think
chance, man.
I would like to know Robbie's criteria, because if that's what he thinks of a good signing, what's he going to think of a flop?
I know.
No, you know what it is, right? It's like, it's not. It's the system that he's going to go into that will aid him.
Okay.
You know? So
Well, I'm hoping the next one might get you out of the good categories. Mudryk to Arsenal. Now, this has progressed over the last 24 hours quite a lot, hasn't it? I think Fabrizio tweeted yesterday that a €70 million fee had been proposed with add-ons of about 25 million euros. So where are we putting Mudryk?
What money in it?
January signing.
this guy's an accountant.
You mentioned the money
He's
again.
going on about money.
What,
isn't
90
it?
million euros.
Jeez,
Go on, let's get him out.
Played in the Ukrainian league, yeah. What, for that kind of money, you've got to
You've got to contextualise it with the
Okay.
money, yeah?
Got to contextualise it with the money. And I'm
Oh, okay.
Poor. He's a hater, man. A hater. Why is he in poor?
Because Pepe came for a lot of money. A lot of money. A lot was expected of him. And I'm a Spurs fan. And, you know, you just don't know. It's the Ukrainian league. It's leagues, levels and levels below the Premier League.
Shevchenko came from
Shevchenko
He has been doing it in the Champions League as well, to be fair.
3 and 6 in the Champions League.
against. He scored against Real Madrid. He got a standing ovation.
Look, I've got. If he wasn't going to Arsenal, I'd put him above poor, but I just can't.
Where does he play,
Listen,
Robbie? Does he start for you, or is he rotational?
I think he's rotational. You know what I mean? I think, you know, but he offers great competition to Martinelli. You know, at the moment, we're having to, like, really flog Martinelli literally every game. And from what I've seen of him, he's dynamic, he's exciting. I mean, I think he's the sort of player that's going to get players off their seat. Listen, I know what you're saying about Pepe, but what I look at I look at Mudryk and I think he suits, everything I see about him suits down to the ground how we play. So I just think that he will come in, and he's so, I don't know if you've seen, but he's been so desperate to come to Arsenal.
on his
you know what I mean?
Instagram.
Posting on his Instagram every minute and basically come and get me, you know? You,
Odd, isn't it?
you don't get that at your club, do you?
Strange.
Nobody ever wants to come. They always want to come to Arsenal and then like Doherty and those guys, and then they end up saying, oh, actually, no, I didn't really want to go to Arsenal. I didn't really support Arsenal.
90 million pound for a backup player. So at some point, the bubble's got to pop at Arsenal. This is an insane amount of money.
Stop worrying about our money, man.
I'm concerned
Jeez.
about you and what you're going to do when the bubble pops. That's all.
What bubble pops?
Well,
What's
man, you
worrying
can't
about
keep
our
spending all this money,
They used
Robbie.
to tease us for not spending, and now we're spending money now. all of a
90
sudden-
million pound, 90 million euros for a player who doesn't even start for Arsenal. But I get it. Like,
No,
you need-
he'll be brought in as, you know, your job in how our
it's
team
quite harsh
works.
on Martinelli, though.
It's not like your team where team players just automatically starts.
And to be
You're
fair,
brought in-
Richarlison cost 60 and isn't a definite starter.
Exactly.
Whoa. Hold on a minute. Didn't cost 60 million. That's mental. No, with add-ons and whatnot. But also, he's been injured. He would be playing.
He is an add-on.
Next up, Guendouzi to Aston Villa, heavily linked. Marseille activated an option to buy clause in July 2022. He's currently at Marseille. He was in the French squad as well. I'm intrigued to know where Robbie puts this, because obviously he could be linking up with Unai Emery again, and you've seen... OK, both going good.
Yeah, I rate
You've
him.
seen a lot of him. So
Yeah,
why have you put him
he's
in
a good player. The only thing is just sometimes, you know, we know he's had some little behavioural problems. Even at Marseille, he's had some little issues, you know what I mean? So, but Unai Emery's worked with him before. I think that would be a very good signing for Villa. He's very comfortable on the ball. You know what I mean? He's a
tidy player technically, isn't he?
Yeah, very good technical player, and also he's a fighter. You know what I mean? He never hides in a game. I do like him.
Yeah,
it just
really
didn't work out for him at Arsenal.
Bad. Obviously, Emery and him have a good relationship. He's gone to Villa, so yeah, I think it'd be good.
A lot of good categories so far.
Too many. I might even move it forward. I know we've got loads in there, but I want to jump ahead to Aubameyang.
Yeah.
Because I think we filled up good enough.
I want to do Trossard, man.
We'll come back to Trossard. We will do Trossard, promise you. But Aubameyang, I know we need somebody down in those bottom categories, and surely we've got a contender here.
Linked to Barcelona as well, worth pointing out. He can only go to Barcelona or stay at Chelsea due to the fact that he's been at both clubs this season.
Yeah,
flop?
Well, it's just what is this anymore? He's gone to Chelsea and done absolutely 3 goals,
1 goal and no assists in 9 Premier League appearances for Chelsea. Did have a good goals to game for Barcelona.
I'll put him in.
I'm being told you have to put him in a category. You can't do it in.
You want to put him in good?
No, I'm putting him in.
Sorry, you're putting him in good. I thought you were putting him in good.
Well, he's just consistent.
I'm putting him in. Even though, how do I put him in good?
Yeah,
okay, sorry. I thought you were putting him in between. Sorry, my fault.
No, the reason why I'm putting him in good is because when he was at Barcelona before, he was doing brilliantly. He was smashing in the goals left, right, and centre. They didn't really want to, let him go. He didn't want to go.
They bought Lewandowski since then.
But even Lewandowski was there at the time and he was smashing in the goals.
13 goals,
I just think now, in the Premier League, doesn't suit him no more. And also with Aubameyang, he's a player, he needs service. You've got to provide him with service. That system that there's at Chelsea doesn't suit him. But I think if he went to Barcelona, I think he will score goals because he's done it already.
I think Lewandowski in front of him causes problems. He won't get enough opportunity. It seems like there's attitude issues. That if things aren't going his way, then he won't go or move heaven and earth to make them right. And just going back to Barcelona, it's just like he's just going backwards. It's almost like we've reached the end of the line with Aubameyang, and it's kind of the.
But he did do well at Barcelona, didn't he?
I'm not saying that. But the minute he goes away, then he just sort of disregards all of the history he has with Arsenal and then joins Chelsea.
He's still got his Arsenal tattoo.
We've got to move it on. Next one, Trossard, linked with Spurs. Now, big update for this last night. I don't know if you saw the statement, but Trossard's agent released a statement which includes some strong words on the manager saying that apparently he's humiliated Leandro in the group, told him to train separately and indicated that a transfer is the best solution. So those are the words from Trossard's agent about. So we've only heard that side of it. But obviously strong statement indicating that a transfer is likely. Spurs are linked with him, so Flav, will come to you.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that as a signing?
I think
and how that would rank for Tottenham?
That's a squad signing. He plays mostly on the left-hand side, or can play through the middle, but on the left. So
get it up then. Where are we going?
Oh, sorry, yeah, I've got to put him in good.
Oh,
but I think a lot of it's about money. £15 million mooted. It's probably worth double that.
Is that a contract in the summer though?
Yeah, so we're getting essentially a but he's flying this season.
A good return this season, yeah.
Yeah, 7
most shots on target through balls. Wow.
Flop out there, mate.
Flop. Is that because it's Tottenham?
Flop, man, flop. Terrible. He's just on about Aubameyang's attitude. Look at this guy's attitude. You know what I mean? His attitude. He didn't turn up. He just walked out of training.
Yeah,
the manager said.
That's
walked out of training, right? And he was good at the start of the season. But, he's not been good recently. I mean, he's been poor since he's come. He was poor at the World Cup. He's been poor since he's come back. I think,
7 goals, Brighton's top scorer in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's done earlier. He's won it, and 3 of those were a hat-trick at Liverpool.
Right.
Engineering a move in this way and behaving in this way isn't that's alarming.
Does that worry you? Under Antonio Conte, who is notoriously a stickler for discipline.
Yeah, it's gone to his head. It looks like it's gone to his head, right? Yeah, I mean, he's been Brighton for a while, and he's been okay. And then this season he has been good, but I don't like. I don't like that. What the manager was describing, I didn't like that.
Yeah, it doesn't sound good.
Okay, yeah, we don't know the full ins and outs from all the parties yet, so it'll be interesting to see how that one unfolds. But that is a confirmation of what Flav and Robbie think of the transfers. Interestingly, couple. No one's got, not one in every category for both. Flav's not got one in elite, Robbie's not got one in poor, but there we go. Let us know what you think of their signings, and they're going to continue to debate that. So we'll go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere, because afterwards we're bringing you my chat with Fulham's main man, Alexander Mitrovic, and we'll be looking back at the most entertaining viral moments of the week. We'll see you in a bit. Welcome back to Saturday Social. Joining myself and Joe on the show this week, very North London derby themed, isn't it? Representing Arsenal, we've got Robbie Lyle, and representing Tottenham, we've got Flav Bateman. Right, another big game this weekend, Joe. Fulham taking on Newcastle. Two teams that are absolutely flying, by the way. It's a tough game to call that. And in the build-up to that, I travelled to Fulham to speak to their top goal scorer, Alexander Mitrovic, as he answered the best of your fan questions. This is Ask Mitro. We teed it up on Sky Sports social media accounts, giving you at home the chance to ask this man absolutely anything. Alexander, we had loads of questions. I've picked the best ones. You looking forward to this?
Yeah, of course.
OK, first up, a lot of questions about your goal-scoring form. This one just simply says, what is the secret behind your incredible goal-scoring form this year?
I know it's a little bit cliche, but hard work. Hard work every day, trying to improve, and there's no secret.
Next one, a lot of celebration questions as well. Have you got any new celebrations plans? A lot of people talking about the photo. Can you give us a little celebration that you did?
No, I said something happened. Like I scored, I think it was Brentford home, like for my first season when I came here, and I saw the fan doing this, and I was just doing. And when I went home, my son, when he was playing football, he started to score goals, celebrate like this, and just become routine, like between me and my son. So even now when he plays football, he scores goals for his team. He is doing the.
He does it as well, does he? And
so,
are you on the sideline doing it? As well?
So it's just something between me and him.
Next one. Are you the hardest, so strongest player at Fulham? Would you say?
I don't know. I don't like to speak about myself, a lot. But you have to ask that my teammates. But. Maybe one of the strongest. There is a lot of strong guys, Vini, Palhinha. Palhinha is tackling everyone. I think the last few games he tackled even the referee a few times. So yeah.
Wouldn't mess with him.
So
So you three, if you had a boxing match, who would come out on top?
Oh, if we have a boxing match, it's me, so.
Definitely.
Definitely me. Yeah.
I like the fact you said you don't want to talk about yourself, but I said boxing, definitely me.
Yeah, I thought, if you speak on a football pitch and strength-wise, but if we boxing, I'm the strongest.
Next one, a lot of questions about this. It just says, did you fix Tom Kearney's car for him?
No, and.
Are you going to?
Yeah, why? No, I didn't do it on purpose, it's happened during the training session, and, he fixed himself, and I was so happy when that happened. I take even the selfie after when I was leaving, and I think that was the picture of our group chat.
We also got asked, who's the dressing room DJ? So who's in charge of the music at Fulham?
Tommy the Kitman. He's a DJ. Yeah, I think in the free time he works as a DJ.
Who's got the worst taste in music, would you say, at Fulham? Is there one player that you think we can't be listening to this before a game?
I'm saying Kenny again.
Tom Kenny?
Yeah. He always.
What does he like? What does he listen to?
He likes too much Justin Bieber.
I've heard him say actually that he thinks he looks like Justin Bieber. Do you think he looks like Justin Bieber?
Yeah, I think he's trying to look. I'm not sure if he looks, but I think he tried to look like him.
OK, next one just says, you've had a lot of different haircuts. What has been your favourite Mitro trim? So best haircut that you've had?
Oof. I have some bad ones when I was younger. Every day I could cut my hair, different haircuts, color and everything, You
had the polka dots as well, didn't you? What are your thoughts on that one?
I thought it was cool at the time. But when I look at the pictures now, it was everything but not cool, man.
Next one just says, as a striker, what do you make of Erling Haaland's first season in the Prem?
Well, you can say amazing. I think the amount of the goals he scored, it's amazing. And for me, the more impressive thing is that he came from another league and he started to score straight away. Normally, some players, especially young players, they need maybe 6 months or a year just to adapt. But he, I think he was the piece that they were missing. You can say they were missing the piece, because they won so many trophies and everything. But he was just the right player for them and for the way they play. And he scored so many goals, and he's gonna score so many goals. And what he's done, it's amazing.
Is it also slightly frustrating though? Because I was looking at the top scorers and he's so far ahead of the next. There's like yourself, Tony, Kane, that are all quite close. Do you think if he hadn't come this season, you'd be in with a chance for the Golden Boot maybe? Was that one of your aims going into this season?
Well, I said like he won already the Golden Boot, so I think we need to have one more so we can compete.
A silver boot. You'd like to compete for the silver boot?
Make it a little bit interesting, So yeah, but I think people, because he scores so many goals, I think that people forget about the players like Kane or Tony. They score a lot. Even Rodrigo from Leeds, a lot of goals, But comparing to him, it's at the moment it's impossible to compete.
Yeah, good point. Next one just says, other than Craven Cottage, what is your favourite Premier League ground?
For sure Newcastle, because I played there. Its stadium is amazing. I like the stadium is like. It's old stadium, but with some new touches. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it have I like the old stadium that have the soul,
A final question just says, if you had to be stuck on a desert island with one other footballer, who would you choose and why? You can choose anyone.
One of the best friends, Milivojevic, the guy from Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
He's my really close one.
Is he your best friend in football?
Yeah. The best in life. One of the best friends as well, and. We have a really good relationship, and we know each other already 10 years.
So you're choosing him for the entertainment value. Who would be the worst person to be stuck on a desert island with if you had to get off and escape the island? Is there one player you think, I couldn't be stuck with him?
Probably Tom Kenny again.
Tom Kenny again? Poor Tom Kenny.
Yeah, he would start to panic. He would start to, to probably even to cry,
So if you and Tom Kenny on the desert island, do you think he'd cry?
Yeah, he would be very annoying. Go, Mitchell, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Something like this,
So it'd be all on you?
So I'll choose you.
Cheers, Tom Kenny. I think it's the perfect note to end it. Mitchell, thanks for your time. Lovely to meet you. We better hope that Tom Kenny doesn't watch this. Yeah, just like to clarify, him and Tom Kenny are good friends, but obviously they like to wind each other up clearly. Lot going on there. And there's an extended version of that. We covered loads more as well on Sky Sports Premier League's YouTube channel now. Head over, click subscribe and enjoy.
What a player. What a season he is having, by the way. Time now, though, for some viral moments, because there's been some good ones throughout the week. None more so, in my opinion anyway, than Newcastle's big Dan Burn celebrating in the dressing room after beating Leicester in the Carabao Cup.
Chaps, because the camera's there, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Right? Life and football for me is about moments. There's two moments that I want you to reflect on today. First one is the final whistle. Through to the semi-final of the cup competition, major cup competition. Fantastic. The second is Dan Burn's goal in front of the Gallagher.
It's so pre-prepared. It's got to have been pre-prepared.
We've got a bit of disagreement with this because I think the peer pressure gets him, but you think he just wants to dance, don't you?
I'm convinced he wants to dance. He knows he's got moves.
We'll never know.
He's planned it. You think he just rocked up and done that? He's planned it.
Okay, fair enough. Next one. Now, this is an interesting one, isn't it? This one. We can show you this tweet that was doing the rounds. Loads of people talking about this. So, Gerard Piqué is now running a seven-a-side league in Spain called Kings League. The teams have presidents such as the likes of Aguero and Casillas, as you can see there. Now, this week, a current La Liga player who wasn't allowed by his club and agents to take part played with a mask and also with sleeves because apparently we believe the player has tattoos that might have revealed the identity and under the name Enigma to hide his identity. Now, the league kicked off last week and was a massive success with thousands of people tuning in to watch the matches on Twitch. So basically 12 teams composed of former players and Spanish influencers competing for top spot.
Imagine that. That is amazing. Like Masters football, but then a current pro turns up in a mask.
I know who the player was.
You know who it is?
Shakira.
Robbie, he's laughing at his own joke. He loves it. Move on.
Yeah. Next up, we're going to talk about Alexis McAllister again. He was one of them. He was one of the virals last week, and he's back at it again because it's another World Cup moment for him. Here he is, keeping his World Cup winners' medal in his car. and showing some young fans. The size of the medal is about the size of the young lad's head, but it's just a lovely little moment, I think, showing the fans the medal, getting a photo with them. That's
carrying it with him everywhere.
Means a lot to those lads, I'm sure.
Yeah, last one. We're going to finish with this because this was doing the rounds. It was obviously Nottingham Forest against Wolves in the quarter final of the Carabao Cup, and the penalty shootout. Well, just have a look. It got there's a bit of camaraderie going on. You love this, don't we? I'm trying to think of the words, but there was a lot of winding up of fans. As you can see, Dean Henderson saved the first penalty. Gives it the ear celebrations to the Wolves fans behind the goal. Then Morgan Gibbs-White, of course, formerly of Wolves, does the same. Look at that.
We've had to pause it.
We've had to pause it because he also does the ear celeb. Lovely penalty there. Cunha does it as well. So there's a lot of winding up, shall we say, or competitiveness going through. Then this is the decisive moment. Dean Henderson saving the winning penalty. Knee slide, bit of a wedgie.
Massive wedgie.
Yeah.
Saw one.
And he keeps going, does another knee slide. And
this
obviously,
is the best bit, though, coming up.
To the fans.
When he captures, he does it as well to the Wolves fans.
And it did get a little bit heated, didn't it, there? But
just a little bit.
Yeah, great game that. So
that's
quickly, what was you loved that, didn't you?
I want to see that
your favourite, Robbie, of the final moments?
I've got to go for a bit of a soppy moment. The McAllister one, you know what I mean? I think that, I love that, you know what I mean? That he shared that with the fans.
Yeah.
You know, before the World Cup, you know, a lot of fans may not have known McAllister.
Yeah.
Apart from the Brighton fans, you know what I mean? And now, you know, he's won a World Cup, and I thought that was a lovely moment. Really
Very quickly, Flav.
Yeah, the fingers in the ears. I love the fact that they're kind of reacting to the crowd and whatnot, and it just
definitely
love that. That's definitely Joe's as well. Right, that's what we've got time for. Let's have a big thanks to Flav. Big thanks to Robbie.
Thank you.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you next weekend. Bye bye.